and our first speaker has to be on a plane very quickly. So I'm going to say very few words, and then we'll have a chance to circle back a little bit later on tomorrow. So first of all, good evening, and thank you very much for coming to this 31st Wilderness and Canoe Symposium. This is first symposium without George, and I think symposiums will be remembered, symposiums with George and symposium after George. But George is always, I think, here with us. He was certainly always with me, as I think he's with you, in preparations, in ideas, in thoughts, in this huge momentum that's pushing us forward for the last 30 years. And I was thinking a little bit, is there going to be enough people to come and help us have a really successful symposium, especially this year? Thank you so very much for coming. Just a very quickly last thing, many of you wrote earlier in the spring and share your wonderful memories of George, and there's, 120, 130 pages, some beautiful photos, mementos and memories. I put those together for Linda, Tia, and the family, and it will be, I think, available for you to have a look at and maybe read them on the website. And just wanted to thank all of you that wrote and shared your feelings and sentiments from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
So good evening, everyone. My name's Erika, and I have the pleasure of introducing two individuals here, one of whom will be speaking this evening. First, I'm going to start with an artist we've invited. You'll see his amazing work in the lobby. His name is Josie Thomas. He's from the Six Nations Reserve, from an Onondaga Clear Sky Nation. From the Wolf Clan, Josie is a faith keeper for the Long House. He is known for his carving and also does other arts such as making regalia, snowshoes, lacrosse sticks, bows, water drums, hand drums, and paintings. He also makes wampum belts, gives teachings of the Longhouse. Josie also builds birch bark canoes, which might be a little of interest to all of us. Josie feels that he owes his talent to his grandfather, the late Chief Jacob E. Thomas. Over the years of doing workshops and passing on his knowledge, Josie has learned many different ways of doing things, even from another's point of view. Josie has recently started doing teachings about how to live off the land by doing things like making tools, building shelters and cabins, as well as showing how to use and prepare natural herbs and foods, including as medicines. So I would encourage you to stop by during the breaks to check out his work. He spoke to me about one incredibly powerful piece which remembers the lost women from his communities and others in our country, and it is a truly moving piece. I found myself a little tearful at the moment. And I'm now very pleased to also introduce Mike Ormsby. He's a Toronto-based visual artist and works primarily in acrylic on a canvas, but is also a storyteller, an outdoor educator, and a canoe builder and a canoe expert, and also carves in antler and stone. Mike signs his work as... Uh-oh, I didn't get it.
You got it.
Wade Bouet?
Close enough.
Okay. Thank you. Which is his Anishinaabe name given to him by the late elder Art Solomon. The definition of the Anishinaabe thesaurus by Basil Johnson, our word for truth or correctness, or any of its synonyms, is Wade Bouet, meaning he or she is telling the truth, is right, is correct, is accurate. Mike is organizing a canoe project involving a number of canoe trips from various Anishinaabe, Ojibwe communities, ending in Manitoulin Island. Such trips will include birch bark canoes and wood canvas canoes built by Native youth. The journey taken by canoe will bring the Anishinaabe youth back to their roots through traditional canoe routes, but also help guide them on their own life's journey.
Ani, Bojo, Debwe, Nishnakaz. Debwe is the name that I was given. But it was a very good effort by Erika. Debwe means speaks truth. And truth is, there's no absolute truth. it's, we all have different understandings. So you may have an opinion that's different than mine, but that doesn't give me the right to say that you're wrong or that I'm right or whatever. I've actually sat in these seats. I had the good fortune of having a gentleman in my life by the name of Kirk Whipper that some of you may have known. And Kirk was one of my teachers. He was my mentor and gave me this stupid passion for canoes that I just can't shake. When I was 20 years old, I was a student of his at U of T. And if somebody had told me that 40 years later I'd be building birch bark canoes with Anishinaabe youth, I would have said you were nuts. I'm also really pleased to see some folks that I haven't seen in a while. Wendy Grader for one, and other people. I'll keep this short because we're already running on Anishinaabe time. So I'm going to introduce myself in my language. I'm going to say just a very short opening. First of all, I'm proud to be on the territory of the Mississaugas, also the Haudenosaunee, and also the Huron-Wendat, and many other original peoples. I'm from Curve Lake First Nation, north of Peterborough, but I live here in Toronto, although I get away from here as often as I can. And the canoe has taken me on an amazing journey. In my language, if I was to introduce myself, I would say Debwe Nishnakaz. Nishnakaz is my name is. Debwe, you've already heard, means speaks truth. Then I would also introduce myself by saying that I'm Makwa Dodem, Makwa Bear, Dodem clan. I'm of the Bear clan. I would also say that I'm Anishinaabe and Dao. I am an Anishinaabe. I would say Anishinaabe Nene. I'm an Anishinaabe man. I would say Ogijida Nene. I'm part of the Ogijida Warrior Society, Anishinaabe Warrior Society. I'm also Mede Nene. I'm a Mede. That's the teachings that I follow. And I'd just like to open really quickly with just a very quick kind of what the canoe means to our people. As you heard, I'm involved with a project where we're going to get youth back on the land and back in canoes. My people are canoe people. And the canoe is, as you all should know, takes us on amazing journeys. And sometimes when you're on those journeys, you are faced with either running whitewater or rapids, or you have the choice of doing a portage. Life is like that. Sometimes we have to choose if we're going to run those rapids or other things that come along in our journey, or we have to step out of the canoe and take a little walk. And I did that for a little while, and then I came back to the canoe. I'm very proud to say that I'm glad that I did. It was a good choice. So I welcome you all to this territory. I welcome you all to this symposium. And I'm just going to add one last thing. George's spirit is with us. We never lose those people. They always stay with us. Art Solomon, who was my teacher, walks with me. Kirk Whipper definitely walks with me. And George does too. He's with each and every one of us. And he's here with us today. Miigwech.